Hi, I've never been to a massage parlor. It seems weird. I'm sure there's a bunch of health benefits, and I'm sure there are people out there who need massage therapy, but it is weird. You gotta get almost bare naked in front of a complete stranger and then just let them have their way with your body. And today I feel vindicated because today's video is about someone who went to a massage parlor and had a very weird experience. Today's video is about a guy who went to get a massage and ended up with his dick in someone's mouth. Now I know some of you are thinking that doesn't sound terrible. Well, this happy ending wasn't consensual. He was getting a massage and then found the massage-ish, the masseuse. He found the masseuse with his dick in his mouth. Obviously, he called the cops. And for this whole investigation, I'd say it really is a word of mouth. It's really hard to tell who's telling the truth in all of this. There's a lot of stories floating in the air. But by the end, I think they find a definitive conclusion.
And they make you sign this big thing, like, you know, no innuendos, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I go in there, I get a massage from this dude, and at the very end, he, like, accidentally touches my I'm like, all right, whatever. I hated that, he probably hated that. And he, like, keeps touching my I'm like, this is really weird. And then I, like, feel him sucking my so I open my eyes, I look at him, I'm just like, hey, whoa, like, whoa. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
God, that's just awful. That's fucking terrible. Where is this fucking massage parlor at so I can put them on blast so that no other person has to go through what this guy did? Can you believe this? Where is the massage parlor at? I have to give them a piece of my mind. Can I find them on like Google or something? What's their address? What's their phone number? Can you let me know? I just want to expose them is all.
And so I would want to like swab my whatever for his DNA. Like I don't like how do you handle something like that? Because like that's assault and a breach of contract and weird.
It's kind of wild. You visiting here?
Yeah, we're just on vacation, you know, like getting massages with my siblings. None of my other siblings had this experience with any of their people.
You guys all went? Like
Yes.
a bunch of you? Okay.
Yeah. And the dude's name is Hector, the guy, the masseuse. And they said he had been working there for a while and like they never got complaints of that.
So really, it's a matter of, is this guy trying to slander Hector's reputation right now? Or did he legitimately get assaulted? But then again, look, we don't have any cameras. There were no cameras in the room. It's not like we saw it happen. All we can do is go off of these guys' statements. And that's the statement of the guy who got assaulted. And based off of that statement alone, it's not unbelievable. It really just kind of exposes the type of business this place really is, though. So the victim has given a statement now, and while they go through the process of getting a DNA swab from his dick, I guess, they go ahead and interview some of Hector's co-workers.
So he goes into the room with Hector by himself. He's solo.
Yeah, all the massage rooms are
So he
private.
goes in with Hector by himself, and then how long is his massage for?
80 minutes.
So it's 80 minutes. And so he stays through the whole session. He comes out and says to you.
Yeah, they checked out and
So they check out, he paid.
yeah, they had gift certificates. So one of the group came to be like the liaison for here's what we're doing for the gift cards and the tip and all of that. And then came up and told me the information and I was like, hold tight 1 minute, let me get these people checked in and checked out.
Did the client tell you himself or was it?
Yes. He
couldn't
said
remember.
he tried to suck my in exact verbiage, in fact. And I said, whoa, are you sure?
So her reaction here is kind of indicative of the fact that this isn't a normal occurrence here. But I don't believe that, because from the victim's story, it sounded like Hector was way too comfortable giving him a blowy. So either everyone in this massage parlor is giving happy endings, or just Hector is on the side. And even that, I'm sure as far as masseuses go, there are a bunch of rogue masseuses out in the world who are willing to do that, regardless of where they work. So maybe Hector just is the only guy at this massage parlor willing to do that, and he does it regularly, and he just fucked up this time because he didn't ask for consent before doing it. And that raises the question, how many other times has he done this without consent and it just worked out? Is this the first guy who Hector's done this to who's not okay with it?
Thought it was kind of odd, so asked for more information. Didn't really get much besides that he then changed and said that he did suck his. And I was like, are you sure about that? And he was like, no, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But when he came out, was he upset? Like, I need to talk to somebody right now, or was it like, hey,
no, he
let me just
came
tell you
out
what
and
happened?
like went over to the table with the people. I don't know if they came outside or went in. We had a bunch of people checking in and out, and then came up and told me and just kind of whispered his name. Was like, yeah, and that was it. He didn't seem to from.
So he did try to exercise discretion. It wasn't like, holy shit, this guy sucked
Right.
my.
Just came over and told me and was like, hey, just so you know.
Well, yeah, I don't think if you were sexually assaulted, the first thing you should do is scream it to the heavens. Unless you're getting raped, in which case you should scream to the top of your fucking lungs and hope someone comes by to stop. But in this guy's case, I can see how that'd be pretty embarrassing. Plus, he's with his siblings. It's really fucked up that he has to go through this. And he's not even from here. I think they said they were visiting on vacation. So yeah, I think the discretion is warranted. A stranger just put your cock in their mouth.
And he didn't say whether or not the guy seemed overly excited during, because
He
sometimes
did mention that he was like, the only thing was, I mean, he definitely was during the service, but
Okay.
I asked him if everything was okay and it seemed fine, which, I mean, and you know, that happens pretty often
Yeah.
during a massage, so we're not, you know, any stranger to it.
Right.
You're draped modestly, so we're like,
correct. Yeah.
have as much excitement under that drape as you want,
Under
but
the drape.
under the drape. Right, you got that right.
Ah, new information. So apparently the victim was hard or while Hector was dealing with him. Still, that's not consent. Doesn't necessarily mean they're attracted to the person giving the massage. You know, because when you're face down in your underwear, someone's squeezing your ass. Yeah, that checks out. I can see how that's a common occurrence, especially if she's the massage therapist. But in any case, she says they still have to be professional. They just massage around it, I guess, except for Hector, allegedly. And so now it's time to get it straight from the man of the hour. Now we need to hear Hector's side of the story.
All right, Hector, can you explain to me what happened your side? That's all I really need to hear.
Okay, so my client, he was complaining about, he plays basketball, so complains about tightness on his legs and cramps back here.
Yeah.
So of course I'm going to work all of the muscles of the legs. I'm just starting my 9th year of employment here.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, fine. I'm not going to worry about it. So when I was doing the attachments right here on the quads, I did this, and I did that a couple of times, but I didn't think that would be a problem.
And then what did he do?
I said, "Are you okay?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm fine." But he didn't say anything else.
So that matches with the victim's story, at least, where he was like, he touched my dick, and he was like, well, I ignored it the first time because I guess he was uncomfortable and I was uncomfortable. I don't know. I feel like the victim, that's not a feeling that's a really distinct feeling, is having your dick in someone's mouth. So the fact that he said that he saw it and that he felt it, I don't know. I think Hector's leaving out a few details here. Something went down in that room. So in order to find out the truth, they get a DNA swab of also the inside of Hector's mouth, and they're going to compare that and see if it matches the DNA swab from the guy's dick. I guess if it comes back positive, that means Hector's DNA was found on this guy's dick. And Hector doesn't even give up a fight. He cooperates the entire time. He gives them the DNA swab, and the test comes back positive, which means they had a positive match for Hector's DNA on that man's cock.
And we totally appreciate you coming up here.
Yeah, this is gonna make it so much easier on us. Let me do one more. Thank you so much. Yeah, but just based on his claims, this will just immediately rule it out. And
Okay.
then-
So just so you know, we obviously got back the results of that test.
Yeah.
All right. So with the evidence that's there, we do have PC for your arrest.
Okay.
So if you want to step out, we want to take you in so that you can get processed, and then that'll push the process along.
DNA analysis gets him every time. Yeah, this guy given happy endings at his massage parlor. How long was he getting away with this? Probably a lot of people in this area who are really happy with Hector's work. He's probably got a couple regular clients, but I guess that made him too comfortable to the point where just because one of his clients has a boner, he took that as, oh, you want the happy ending. I gotcha. You would think with something like that, he would have a better system of keeping all that under the table, but I guess he jumps at the first opportunity he can. And so that's pretty much the whole story. Hector was charged with sexual battery. So I found an article about the incident, and it just says A sexual assault forensics exam later revealed that the victim had foreign DNA on his penis, scrotum, and genital area, as well as the inside of his underwear. I guess that was enough evidence for them to book him. It also said in the article that Hector was willingly giving up his masseuse license. So I bet you there's going to be a lot of clients in the area who are no longer going to be happy. But I'm glad at least we were able to. But I'm glad at least the truth was uncovered, and now Hector's gonna face the consequences, because Jesus Christ, he didn't even have the decency to ask for consent first. But that's the end of the video. We never did find out where this massage parlor was, but if you know, put it in the comments. But thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. I literally am like 10 subscribers away from 1,000 subscribers. 990, bro. But thank you for watching. Bye.